My final suggestion for maintaining good and positive in-law relationships is to learn the primary love language of your in-laws and speak that language regularly. Having good in-law relationships normally requires time and effort. Many couples never get around to discussing their religious beliefs at all. Our view of spirituality greatly influences the way we live our lives. Therefore, when couples are contemplating marriage, religion needs to be near the top of the list in matters that need to be discussed. Few things have the potential for causing marital conflict more than divergent spiritual views. So, what are the issues that need to be looked at? First, there is one's concept of God. Is there a transcendent, powerful creator who not only created the universe, but made man in his own image? Or is this simply to be taken as Hebrew mythology? Your answer to those questions will have a profound impact on your self-perception and how you live your life. Your answers to the following questions will reveal the level of your spiritual compatibility. Is there a God who created the universe and made man in his image? Has that God spoken? If so, how has he spoken? What has he said, and how have I responded to his message? These are fundamental questions that need to be answered honestly. But as adults, we have the responsibility to seek truth in all areas of life. If you are contemplating marriage to someone outside of your own Christian tradition, I urge you to explore both of your traditions and seek to negotiate your differences. To marry simply because you are in love and to ignore the implications of these spiritual differences are signs of immaturity. It becomes extremely important to discover what kind of Christian you are dating. What is their level of commitment and involvement in the Christian community? How important is their faith to them? And what kind of impact does it have on their personal life? It should be obvious that an Easter Christmas Christian is very different from a daily quiet time Christian. Religious beliefs are often accompanied by strong emotions and deeply held convictions. Because our religious beliefs affect all of life, it is very important that we explore the foundation of spiritual compatibility before we make the commitment to marriage. To her, sex is an intimate act and grows out of a loving relationship. Ironically, men often think that sexual intercourse will solve whatever relationship problems may exist. For women, sex begins in the kitchen, not in the bedroom. Second, I wish I had known that to the wife, foreplay is more important than the actual act of intercourse itself. Third, I wish I had known that mutual sexual satisfaction does not require simultaneous climax. What is important is that each of you experiences the pleasure of climax or orgasm. The unrealistic expectation of simultaneous climax has produced unnecessary anxiety for many couples. Fourth, I wish I had known that when one forces a particular sexual act upon one's spouse, it ceases to be an act of love and becomes sexual abuse. True love is always seeking to bring pleasure to the spouse. Fifth, I wish I had known that sex is more than intercourse. By its very nature, sex is a bonding experience. It is the union of body, soul, and spirit. Sixth, I wish I had known that communication is the key that unlocks sexual fulfillment. What could I do or not do that would make the sexual part of the marriage better for you? Write down the answer and take it seriously. If you do this the first 6 months of the marriage, you will be on the road to finding mutual sexual fulfillment. Number 7, I wish I had known that the past never remains in the past. In fact, the divorce rate amongst those who have had previous sexual experience is twice as high as those who have had no sexual experience before marriage. The reality is that previous sexual experience often becomes a psychological barrier in achieving sexual unity in marriage. However, it is not that easy to wipe the psychological slate clean. When it comes to marriage, something deep within the human psyche cries out for an exclusive relationship. And we are pained by the thought that our spouse has been sexually intimate with others. If ultimately you cannot find healing and acceptance of the past, then in my opinion you would be wise to cancel your plans to get married. If you are struggling with this issue, I would encourage you to read The Invisible Bond: How to Break Free from Your Sexual Past.